Hello, loves, and welcome back. I have been with my man now for over 5 years, and we have created a really beautiful, loving, and secure relationship together, but it has not always been that way. I have had to learn a lot, and really the last decade of my life has been dedicated to studying and implementing and teaching all things relationships. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 harsh truths from my 5-year relationship in hopes that this can help make your own journey a little bit easier, or a lot easier. So let's start off with number 1, which is that we learn through contrast. This is something that I didn't know earlier on in the beginning of my relationship, and I wish so badly I could go back and share that with that version of myself, because it would have made this so much easier having this context that we learn through contrast, meaning that it's in the tough moments or the tough seasons and the disconnect in the relationship, the pain, the agony, the challenges that we face, that we are inspired and pushed and pulled towards growing into a new version of ourselves and to bettering ourselves, to gaining new insights, to learning new skills, to ultimately creating a more ideal relationship and a more ideal version of us and a more ideal life for ourselves. That doesn't come from being totally happy and everything is going amazing or super duper comfortable and neutral. That really comes from this place of, I'm not happy with this and I'm not okay with this anymore, and I'm going to draw a line in the sand because I don't want to feel this anymore. And that is what fuels deeper connection with each other, or deeper conversations with each other, that leads to deeper connection and overall growth in ourselves individually and together as a couple. I share this as a hard truth because if you are somebody who thinks that your relationship can just be rainbows and sunshine all the time, or that's what you're aiming for, to just have no disconnect and no challenges together, that's just not a reality. And that's coming from somebody who is extremely optimistic and an idealist. But my relationship has humbled me over the years. And I just think that really having that understanding that it's the contrast, it's the challenge that drives our growth. I think it can be extremely empowering and create an overall sense of ease and stability amidst the challenges that we inevitably face in our relationships. And also to see them as gifts, to see it as like, yeah, this sucks right now, but also I can see how this is helping me become more mature, or me to become more open and authentic. Or maybe I can't see it now, but I trust that somehow this challenge is shaping me into more of who I really am. Number 2, he will not find you attractive unless you find yourself attractive. Oh, okay. Now here's what I mean by this. I'm not talking about just physical attraction. I'm talking about a holistic view of attraction. How you care for yourself, how you feel in your body. It could be physical appearance, but that's more so a byproduct of internally how you're feeling and how you're operating. To put it really simply, what I'm talking about is your energy within yourself. So let me ask you something. Do you feel really, really good in your body? Do you feel also really, really good mentally? Is your mindset on point and dialed and clear and empowering and compassionate? And then also, do you feel really good emotionally with your ability to handle emotions and show up in challenging moments and reassure yourself and regulate yourself? Do you feel attractive? Do you feel good? Do you feel like you're thriving on all those different levels? Because if the answer is no, that can be felt and is felt, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, in your relationship. Your partner feels that. Your partner picks up on that. And so if you haven't been consistently tending to yourself in those ways, and you can't honestly answer the question, yes, I feel incredible on all those different layers within myself. I feel attractive physically because I care for myself on the physical level. I feel attractive mentally because I have been building my character and learning new things, and I am primed and ready for intellectual conversations and deep conversations. And I feel attractive within my emotional body and my ability to tend to my emotions and process them in a healthy way and be responsive versus reactive. If you can't say that, you got some work to do, because that is for sure being felt from your partner. And the way that I know that is, one, through my own personal experience, because when I prioritize those things, I can see how I'm actually bringing so much life back into my relationship. I can literally watch how I light up my partner, and I bring that energy into us. And then I can also see the drain, like a vortex or a black hole, when I have not been prioritizing and I'm not dialed and my cup is not filled in those ways. When I don't feel attractive, that impacts the relationship. And that doesn't mean we have to be perfect. That is not what I'm sharing here. What I'm sharing is to prioritize yourself and to care for yourself, because that has a huge impact on your relationship. Okay, number 3. Your secrets are slowly destroying your relationship. I'm sorry to break it to you, but they are. And this is a huge deal that I am so hoping you really listen to and take seriously, because withholding things in our relationship and tucking things under the rug for whatever reason, and we'll get into that in just a moment, is one of the biggest causes of distrust, and therefore lack of desire and lack of connection and lack of all the good things. So what are some of the reasons why we would have secrets? Well, I was just talking to a woman the other day. Some things that were showing up for her was that she's wanting to share more, but she's not wanting to share it at the wrong time. Like, she doesn't want to ruin a good day or get in the way of his experience by sharing something that's really happening inside of her, some thoughts, some feelings. And so that's one reason why we might withhold information. Another reason is we feel like we're too much. I don't want to be perceived as crazy or too much, or have like too many emotions or too much that I'm asking for or bringing to the table. And so I'm going to tone it down, and I'm just going to put that away. Another reason might be that we don't think he can handle it. That he doesn't have the capacity to listen to it, or that it doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a little thing. But here's what happens. Over time, these things stack up. And so I want to share a simple practice with you that you can implement into your relationship today, which is called sharing your withholdings. A mentor shared this with me a few years ago, and you can share a little withholding, or a small withholding, a medium withholding, or a large withholding. And basically, you introduce this to your partner. So after this video or later today, go and share with them, like, hey, I want to do this thing where we start sharing our withholdings together. And basically, a small withholding would be like something little. You don't really need to like sit down for a long time and talk about it. Just like 5 minutes. Hey, I have a really small withholding to share with you. Like, the other day when you said this thing, it actually made me feel really sad. And I didn't say it in the moment, but I wanted to just let you know that now. And that's all. And so it's an opportunity for you to be open instead of being closed, because again, that stacks up over time. And the cool thing is that being open also stacks up over time. It creates more connection together. A medium withholding would be, I don't know, maybe you want to block out some time together and there's something that really impacted you and you want to hear some reassurance from them, or you want to talk it out. A large or a big withholding would be, it's a whole thing. It's something you've been withholding for a while, and it has built within you, and it may take more than just one conversation to come back into loving, secure connection. But it's worth sharing and being transparent about, because you love each other and you want more openness and transparency and authenticity and closeness. And how are you going to grow if you're hiding things under the rug? So I highly recommend integrating that practice today. Number 4, we're getting a little more harsh here, okay? You ready for this one? You cannot expect him to lead you if you don't even respect him. Okay, so this is one of the 5 that is actually more from relationships that I have witnessed than my own relationship. But this one's really huge. There are so many women in this modern day and age who are entrepreneurs or very work-focused, lady bosses, overall just like superhuman women, but they tend to lean more on the masculine side in terms of the energy they are operating in on the day-to-day. Okay, and now here's what happens. A lot of these women are in relationships with a man who somewhere along the way started operating more in his feminine energy. And so there's this dynamic playing out where these women, maybe you can relate to this, maybe you can't, totally fine. Wait till the next one because you may relate to that. There's this dynamic playing out where these women want to be led. They want their man to step up, lead them, take initiative to provide for them, and really to step into that more masculine energy. And the fact that they haven't yet is causing so much disrespect and disgust and lack of trust. Now, here's the hard truth is that you have to go first. If you resonate with this and you are operating more in your masculine energy and you are so furious that he has not been showing up in that energy for you, you need to start catching yourself in all of those moments when you are thinking poorly of him, you are disrespecting him in your mind, you are second guessing him or doubting him or already making up your mind that he's going to fail or not succeed in doing whatever you want him to do. And you need to put your ego aside, put aside the part of you that wants to be right about that again and again. Because ultimately, how is that you winning if you're right about him not showing up for you? So you're going to put all that aside when you recognize it showing up, and you need to practice appreciation for this human who you have chosen, you have selected, you are with for a reason. And you need to start filling your awareness with all of the moments that he is showing up in such a beautiful way for you, in such a supportive way, in such a powerful way. You need to notice all of the moments that he does lead, that he does initiate, that he does provide, that he is your rock and is grounded, and all of the things that you have gotten really far from and started judging in him. That is one massive way that you are co-creating a reality that you do not want. And the hard truth is that you need to go first. So what I know is a lot of women who are in this dynamic so badly want him to just prove it to them, him to just take control, take the leadership away and just take it. But there's no space for him to take it when you continuously overpower, and are stuck in this story that he's going to let you down again, that he's not going to do it again. You need to get out of that. You got to start appreciating and find respect for him. All right, and last but certainly not least, number 5, it will not last without emotional maturity. I want to say this in the most loving way possible. You need to grow up. And I say that so directly because I genuinely want the best for you and your relationship. And I know that so much can change for the better, so much can improve, so much can deepen and balance out in your relationship if you learn how to regulate and show up for your emotional experience. I see a lot of women who are projecting their emotional experience onto their partner and just wanting them to solve it, wanting them to deal with it, wanting them to make you feel better instead of learning how to make yourself feel better, instead of learning how to process sadness, guilt, shame, rage, grief, anxiety, stress. Instead of learning how to hold that space for yourself, you're projecting it onto your partner, that's not going to last. That is not a healthy dynamic. And if you genuinely want a loving, mature relationship, you need to cultivate that emotional maturity in yourself. Okay, love, I feel like I could keep rambling and sharing about this for literally ever and ever and ever. But I'm going to pause here and just kind of bring it full circle for you, which is that ultimately you have the power to completely shift your relationship in the best way possible. And it starts with you and your self-responsibility and you being able to notice and look at certain ways that you have been co-creating what you don't actually want. And maybe in reenactment, playing out similar things that you played out in your last relationship or that your parents played out. You don't have to do it anymore. And I hope that this video has been supportive for you. I hope that you received a golden nugget that you are going to actually integrate. Hopefully it's more than one golden nugget, but I would love to hear from you what your golden nugget is down in the comments below. And please go ahead and share this video with any friends that you think would really resonate with it too. Let's continue to do this work together. I love you so, so much, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah!